Loud.
Ready?
Okay, Dan, you're ready to go.
Good evening, everyone. This is the New Canaan Inland Wetlands Commission meeting of Monday, October 19th, 2020. Let me call the meeting to order. Will the secretary take the roll, please?
Can't hear you.
Angela, just unmute yourself, okay? Angela, just unmute yourself. Okay, let's see.
Weird.
Let me just see. Angela, let me just see if I can unmute you from here. Angela, we do not have any audio for you. I don't think it's on our end. I think it's on your end. Angela, can you hear me?
Yes. I
Okay,
guess.
we cannot hear you.
Angela, try right-clicking your mouse, and at the top it'll say unmute. See if that works. It shows that you're unmuted. Sometimes I forget to turn my volume up.
Angela, I think,
Maybe she's gonna sign back in.
yeah, I think she's gonna have to sign back in. I think she joined without the audio for some reason.
It's easy to do because
Beth-
most people work without it during the day.
Right, Beth Brunelli has joined us, Dan.
Hi, Beth. Can you hear me, Beth?
Beth is muted too.
Beth, if you want to
Yeah.
unmute yourself,
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm going to readmit Angela, and let's see if her audio is going to work second time around here. Okay, she's connecting to the audio now per the screen.
Looks like she got it.
Okay,
Oh.
unmute yourself, Angela. No, we still have no audio for you, Angela. Sorry, Angela, I still have no audio. Dan,
Try it again.
she is going to try it again. You can appoint a secretary pro tem this evening if you would like, or do you want to give her a minute to try to get back on?
Yeah, give her a minute.
Okay.
You can always join by phone.
Right. Maybe that's what she was saying. I'm not good at reading lips.
Or sign language.
Right. Especially with that British accent, it's really tough. Sorry, I'm not seeing her joining back just yet. Let me check my email, see if she sent me an email to say she won't be joining us, but
Peggy, have you got a members list in front of you?
I do not, but you know what? Everybody's name comes up when I move my cursor, so I think I can do it. Not in order, just
also, if you have the minutes, you can read off the minutes as
I
well.
keep them on the computer, so I got
Okay.
it in front of me.
Okay, Angela is
she's going back.
connecting again with audio. Let's see if she's
There she
back
is.
and we have audio. It says she's connecting to the audio.
Angela?
Nope.
Whoa.
Oh, no audio.
Does anybody else have the names in front of them?
I do, but
Anybody else?
I have them.
Okay.
I think I
George,
have.
why don't you
No, I
be the
don't have
acting?
Oh, you don't?
Sorry.
I can read them out. I can read them out to you, Peggy.
Can
So,
anybody hear me?
Well, acting secretary will be Colin Dobbin.
oh. Okay. All right, so to call the roll call then, Ms. Bernali,
Present.
Ms. Kirby,
Present.
Ms. Matrakis,
Here.
Mr. Perkins,
Here.
Ms. Ross, she's an alternate, right?
Well, I'm here.
Yeah,
That's-
you're here.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's here anyway.
Ms. Woike,
Here.
Mr. Sillo,
Absent.
absent, Mr. Pop.
There.
And did I
Here.
miss anybody? And Chairman Stepanek.
I'm here.
I think that's everybody.
Kathleen, should we say that Angela's here? Will she get back on, do you think, or?
I just sent her a text that we don't have her audio and that Colin's going to be acting secretary, so she may just bow out tonight. I
Okay.
didn't hear back from her. If she comes back on, we'll let her in the meeting, no problem. But for now, I'd move forward with Colin as the acting secretary, the role being taken. And at this
Angela-
point in time, you could seat your two alternates if you wanted to for, well, you could seat somebody for Angela and you could seat someone, nope, let's see. Just, you have one seat vacant.
All right. Penny, I would like to seat you for Angela if possible.
Sure. And may I say, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the exact same thing with Angela tonight that happened to me a month ago, where I was
Yeah.
unable, do you all remember that?
Yeah.
No
Yes.
matter what I did, and this has never happened on any other of the many, many Zoom meetings that I'm on. So maybe the the IT of the town needs to know about this, but at any rate, I'm happy to be seated tonight. Thank you.
All right. All right, moving along, roll call's been called. We seated Penny for Angela. Approval of the agenda. You all have a copy of tonight's agenda. Any comments? If not, can I hear a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear who moved. Who was that?
George.
George, okay.
And Peggy
Peggy
seconded.
Thank you.
All those in favor, raise your hand. Motion's approved. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 14th. Any comments, deletions? If not, can I hear a motion?
I'll move.
Kristen is moving. Who's seconding it?
I'll second.
George is second. All those in favor, raise your hands. Okay. All right. For the November meeting, which will be November 16th, we have one application number 2021-10, 109 Great Hill Road. And you will find this application in your folder on the New Canaan website under Inland Wetlands homepage and commission review. Okay, we're going to open up our regular meeting now. Application number 2021-01, 291 South Bald Hill Road. Zuhair M. and Jean E. Sudan.
Sudan.
Sudan. I'm sorry.
Sudan.
You already know this, but there will be no presentation at tonight's meeting for this application. The application is to be continued to the November 16th meeting. Kathleen, is there any comments you want to make about this or move on?
I just received an email just now, just before we were coming on, from Tracy Chalifo, who's been contacted by Zuhair Sweden to look into developing the grading plan that the commission's asked for. So she's asked to have me contact her so then we can chat about what specifically needs to be done and efficiently get that plan so you all can take a look at it for the November meeting. So the homeowner has followed up with a consultant, and I anticipate that we'll have that plan in within the next couple of weeks. I'll get it out to all of you to take a look. I would suggest that if anyone hasn't been to the site, or if you wish to make a second visit to the site, now that you'll have the grading plan, please do so prior to the November meeting. That would be helpful. And that's it.
Kathleen, have you set a deadline when you want this material?
When I spoke with Zuhair on Friday, when he decided to carry over the application, I said November 9th would be the drop dead date to get a plan in, so that you would have it, on or before November 9th. This way, you'll have a week to look at it before the November 16th meeting.
Good, thank you. And looking at the agenda, I see there are 5 permits that that were approved by the administration. Kathleen, would you want to discuss any of these, or does any of the commissioners have any questions about any of the 5? Anything you want to discuss, Kathleen?
Angela looks like she raised her hand. Let's see if she has audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're back on. Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
No,
Muted.
Okay, is that better?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
No, I
Wait,
managed to
wait,
connect with
Does
my
that mean that
iPad
I'm
rather
not?
than my computer. I don't know what's wrong with the computer. It's been working fine all day. But anyway, so Kathleen, I just wondered, it's always interesting to see these administrative reports. And did any of them actually involve activity close to wetlands, or were you really brought in because it was general construction?
all of them involved activities within the 50-foot review area. That's
Right.
why they have to receive a wetlands review and full-blown application and reviews by engineering, health department, and so on. There's really a combination of activities. No activities in a wetlands for any of these particular ones. Varying different proposals, whether it's mostly, obviously all within the 50-foot upland review area. And unfortunately, all of these had no alternative not to have that activity within the 50-foot upland review area.
Yeah.
So hence why they got pushed towards the administrative review and having to obtain a wetlands permit from me as the agent for you guys. For example, 25 Conrad Road, that is a sewer connection. That particular homeowner there, they have a failing septic system. The health department reviewed the site to determine if there was an alternative to actually put in, make a repair at that location. All test soils for the health department failed, and there was no suitable soil for a traditional septic system. So those folks made an application to the Water Pollution Control Authority, which is actually the Board of Finance. It's under their jurisdiction, and provided an engineering plan to show how they would connect the home to the sewer that's nearby, but the property itself wasn't technically in the sewer district, but it's right on the edge. And as it turns out, as part of that review, that plan is distributed to all the departments, including in the wetlands. And I am familiar with the area, and I sense that there could possibly be some wetlands nearby. So they tested it for wetlands. They found a little small pocket wetland. The sewer connection is within the 50-foot review area, but there's no alternative to do that. So that's an example of why I'd be involved in that particular project. Similar to pretty much all the rest of them, they're just a real variety of activities this month. We're seeing a tremendous amount of construction activities as people are home and making improvements to their existing properties or in new properties. There's a lot of real estate transactions going on. you're going to see pool after pool after pool. I think we're going to be seeing a tremendous amount of pool applications coming in. I think I only have one on here, which is kind of surprising. Yeah. Some of them are
Well,
landscaping and drainage activities, trying to retrofit some existing conditions at two of the sites, 418 Wahackney and 82 Woodland, some existing drainage issues. And so they had engineering and a lot of things done to try to enhance the property. And then also supplement it with a one on Wahackney is actually doing a pretty nice sized rain garden to use as their detention basin. So it's actually a creation of a wetland pocket, which is kind of nice outside of the wetlands. Had a lot of interesting projects here for the month and a half of activities. Does that answer your question? I know it's a little long-winded, Angela.
No, that was very interesting. Thank you.
all right, I have a question for Dan.
Yes.
Now that Angela is back on, am I now unseated or excused or what?
No, you're where you are, okay? You're gonna stay where you are, okay? Because we've
There's no
already made,
votes tonight, so
what?
no voting tonight, so it
No
really
voting tonight, yeah.
yeah. Other than when you've already
Sorry,
done.
Angela, but
That's okay. I'm sorry that I caused all those problems.
so you're still the acting secretary or the acting secretary, or no, Colin's the acting secretary.
Right.
Yeah. But you're still a regular member. You substituted for Angela, okay? All right.
Kathleen, you were going to say something?
I just want to give Colin some relief that he does not need to write the minutes. I will be writing the minutes.
Too much pressure.
I think he felt very, he stepped right into your shoes, Angela. You should have seen him. He took over real fast.
And actually, just to follow up on Angela's question, because I've been on the commission a long time. It's never been entirely clear to me. Tell me if my understanding is wrong as to what's done administratively versus what goes to the commission. Things that are going to impact a wetlands, if they are not insignificant, my impression is you send it to the commission. But if it's in the review, the 50-foot setback, and it doesn't directly impact the wetlands, like most of these projects, those you give an administrative review to. Is it correct? And is there more to it?
Let me clarify a little bit further. So the administrative duties for the administrative agent is anything that is not in a wetlands, but in the even temporary disturbance. They cannot have a machine to dig the pool and sit it in the wetlands. It's all activities from the wetland line per se towards outside. So you guys review everything that is happening in a wetlands. For example, 109 Parade Hill that's coming in next month. That's actually an inherited violation of taking some fill out of a wetlands. 291 Southfield Hill, it's dredging a pond in a wetland. So you all have all the duties of the actual activity, any activity in a wetland. With that said, if there's a town project that's a very large project, sometimes you'll see some of the larger town projects that is more of a public interest project. I can't think of anything recently, but some of the bigger projects, I don't know, part of the high school construction program, that came before you. There were no activities in a wetlands, but it's a matter of public interest. So I'll, usually talk to the chairman at the time and say, I think this one should actually go to the commission. So there are times where even though I could have done it administratively, I'll send it to you for the full review and the public review. This still has a public process, the administrative reviews. These 5 permits that were issued, I have to follow the same things that you guys do with the legal notice. So the legal notice gets posted, anyone can appeal. As you know, over the years, we've had a couple appeals of my decisions to the commission. They either get upheld, modified, or whatever. So it's the same process, other than it's not going for a full-blown presentation. And actually, it's kind of an incentive to a lot of people, because oftentimes when I'm speaking with an applicant, they'll say, I don't want to go before the commission. I said, well, here's how you can do that. And so we'll talk about what are the steps they can take. So it's a bit of an incentive to, whereas sometimes people might think, well, I'd like to fill in that wetlands to make a playground or whatever. I'll say that you have to go before the commission. You're not likely to get that type of application. But what can I do administratively? So then that's where we, move our conversation to an administrative review. They still provide all the information, an engineering plan, grading, landscaping plan. You'll see, the consultants, actually you don't see the consultants on this, but these are all landscape architects, engineers, soil scientists. They still do everything as though it was going before the commission. It's just reviewed administratively. And then my duty is to report it to you. So that's why every month you'll see a smattering of administrative applications that come through the department. Does that explain further?
Thank you for clarifying.
Anything new on the Bristol Sanctuary, Kathleen?
No, other than they're making tremendous progress. The spine trail is in and came out just terrific. If anyone wants to take a walk from the backside of Mead Park, you can walk on that trail. There's some nice new signage that's been installed to help with the trail identification and the actual naming of the area. Peter, Lonnie, and crew have probably at this point finished the dredging of the small pond that's on the front side, the old Sanford Road side. And that, again, I looked at it earlier this week. It looks terrific. They've done it, actually, that was last week. They were dredging. The weather was perfect for, the dry conditions, and they were able to divert the water easily and pull the sediment out. They've moved the material to the, what would be the, eventually, I think it's going to be like a meadow. So plenty of room to do that. Looks very good. They're making good progress. They'll probably shut down pretty soon for the season and then pick it up next year.
All right, thank you. Just one thing. I would going back to the 291 South Bald Hill Road. I would encourage everyone just to, even if you've been out there for a site visit, to go again, to take a look at it. We've had 2 meetings now on this, and maybe you know more now. You probably know more now than you'll be able to analyze it a little bit better out there. So I would really encourage you before the 16th of November to go out and take a look at the site.
Okay, but Dan, didn't the people want to know when we were coming out? We can't just drop in, right?
Well, we can. I mean, I asked the question last time, and he said he'd like to know, but it's not critical. I mean, he wanted to be around to answer any questions, but I think right now, if you have any questions, then we should probably call him ahead of time, but it's not necessary, he said last time. Okay. Kathleen?
So that you don't get into discussions with a pending application with an applicant, you really should let me know when you're going, and I'll shoot him a quick email and saying so-and-so will be there between 12 and 2 on Wednesday. Rather than you all contacting him directly, please feel free to let me know. I'll shoot him a quick email, and that would work very well. Also, don't forget you should also include in your site visit 109 Parade Hill Road. You're going to want to take a look at that one as well. Give that a little bit of time. I've asked the applicant perhaps to flag and tag some things before you do your site visit. So wait till early November or November to do that one. So don't rush right out there just yet, but do keep it on your radar just to go and take a look at that one.
Okay, is there any other business you want to discuss? Yes, George.
I just have one comment. It's not business, but every now and then it's I go back to different places to Waveney to check on the meadow and the way the things turned out, and that project turned out beautiful, and it was really a pleasure. Jane and I walked down, and then we walked over to the meadow, and that seems to be coming along very nicely. So some of these projects, and I've also been at the bird sanctuary, and they seem to have done an awful lot of work, because when we went there, it looks like they were just taking a few trees out and so forth. But keeping up with these projects is really kind of neat.
Kathleen, anything on that? You want to?
Oh, I agree with George. And that's the most fun I have is going to check up on these projects. I wish I could be checking on them more often because they do sometimes go in fits and starts where they'll make slow progress and then tremendous progress in a short period of time. So George, I'd encourage you to go back and take a stroll from the Mead Park side through the new trail. It's really terrific.
I'm gonna do that. We have
I
coffee in the
put-
morning over there after the guys finish tennis. So it'd be a nice, I'll just take a walk and maybe encourage some of the guys to walk over there too.
Anything else from anybody? Raise your hand. Anything? All right, so remember our next meeting is November 16th. Do 2 site visits if you, it would really help before the next meeting. And if there's nothing else, can I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll
I'll
move.
move.
Colin, you're moving to adjourn.
I was faster than you, Peggy.
And Peggy, we need a second, Peggy?
I'll second it, sure.
All right, all those in favor? Raise your hand.
Aye.
All right. We'll see you on November 16th then. Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.